This is Sarah. Sarah's teenage daughter Hannah has just been diagnosed with anorexia nervosa, an eating disorder that can lead to major health issues and even death. Sarah wants to learn everything she can to help her daughter through recovery, but she doesn't know much about anorexia or any eating disorder for that matter. Sarah is desperate to know more, so she consults with her daughter's therapist. Sarah learns that social factors can play a huge role in the development of eating disorders. She considers how their household or Hannah's peer groups may have influenced her daughter in a negative way, but Sarah feels that her household is body positive, and Hannah has a supportive friend group. Sarah also learns that social media can influence Hannah's body image. Sarah takes note of this, but wants to consider other possible factors. Sarah learns that maternal depression, malnutrition, and stress during pregnancy have led to higher rates of eating disorders, but Sarah doesn't think any of these instances sound right because she had a healthy pregnancy. The therapist agrees these are unlikely links to Hannah's eating disorder. So, they decide to explore other possible reasons for Hannah's eating disorder development. The therapist asks Sarah if there is any history of eating disorders in her family or in her husband's family. Sarah thinks for a while and recalls rumors of one of her aunts having anorexia many years ago. But could this possibly be linked to her own daughter's anorexia? The therapist finds this information interesting and tells Sarah that it's time to dive into the world of genes. Gene studies are still relatively new. The technology to study human genes have made recent advancements that allow for faster, more accurate gene scanning. Links between variations in genes and certain health problems have been found, but this technology hasn't been used very much to study eating disorders. One major new technology advancement is genome-wide association studies. This technology starts with a cheek swab or blood sample, and that human DNA is scanned through a machine and it's read to attempt to find any variation. The machine can read tons of DNA at once. So, what does this mean for Sarah and her daughter Hannah? For many families, they can be left scratching their heads, wondering how a diagnosis of an eating disorder has come about. Studying Hannah's genes with genome-wide association studies could find a gene variation to help her and her family pinpoint the cause of her anorexia and link it back to a biological family member with the same disorder, or even find this variation in Hannah's children someday. Sarah finds a bit of peace now knowing that there isn't anything she did wrong as a parent. Many parents wonder if they could have prevented the eating disorder from developing in their children. All along, it could just be Hannah's genetic makeup, which Sarah had no control over.